first to cover breaking news with Jennifer Copeland and Rick Shunt. Your accurate first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Matt Rudkin and sports with Pete Byrne. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 6.
It is an unavoidable part of summer. When you have a lot of water, you have a lot of mosquitoes.
That's right, and we've certainly had a lot of rain the past couple of weeks. WSBT 22's Patrick Roth is here. And Patrick, mosquitoes are obviously annoying, but they can also make you sick.
That's right, Rick. And Indiana actually just confirmed its first case of the West Nile virus. Now, the good news is that here in St. Joseph County, we don't have any cases of West Nile virus so far. But mosquitoes can still drive you crazy, and there are some things you can do to avoid them altogether. What's one of the surest ways to ruin an otherwise gorgeous summer evening? Mosquitoes. Miserable, blood-sucking mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes breed in water. When you have a lot of water, you end up with a lot of mosquitoes, and that's exactly what we have right now.
A lot of mosquitoes are container breeding mosquitoes, so that will put a lot of water out there in items that can collect and therefore become mosquito breeding habitat.
But mosquitoes can do a lot more than just make you itch like crazy.
But there are a few of the species that can deliver diseases, things like encephalitis and West Nile virus.
When the sun starts to set and the temperatures get cooler, that's when mosquitoes come out. And there are some things you can do to keep yourself from being bit.
The number one thing is if you're going to be outdoors where you know there's going to be mosquitoes, wear a repellent. There's a number of different repellents out there. Most of the common ones on the market contain DEET.
It's also a good idea to not be outside during those times where the mosquitoes are feeding the most. And if you are, really try to protect yourself.
And there are other insects to be on guard for as well.
I mean, you'll be finding ticks, you have the mosquitoes, you have other nuisance bugs.
The big one right now is probably that's coming out now is deer flies, and deer flies are beginning to show up in those kind of the same areas where mosquitoes are, but also in wooded areas. And again, repellents help.
Now, those repellents with DEET, they'll help ward off mosquitoes, ticks, and other biting flies, and that's really the best thing you can do to protect yourself. The other bit of good news is so far we haven't seen the West Nile virus in our area yet. And there are some plants you can keep away mosquitoes, but the experts I spoke to said you have to have several thousand per acre. So, Rick, Jennifer, they're not very effective. You're better off just sticking with the repellent.
All right, Patrick, thanks a lot. Sports Director